Good afternoon, YouTube. How are you this afternoon? I am pretty good. It is about 1:30 Central Time, and I am in New Century, Kansas at O'Neill Flat Rolled Steel Products. Let's see. After I left yesterday, took off. Really didn't have any problems. I got up to the pilot there. I can't remember the name of the town. It's like exit 12 or exit 19, I-55 in Missouri. I can't remember the name of the town of it. I don't know why. But I stopped there, took a shower. I did not buy fuel. The lines were too long, and I had plenty, I thought. And took off again, heading out 412. And got to Jonesboro. Or Johnsboro, something like that, and yeah, Jonesboro, Arkansas, and to make the switch over from to get on US 60, and apparently it's been too long since I've been through there. They built a new interchange, and I wasn't paying attention, and instead of turning off to get on 60, I turned off and got on 60, stayed on 67, where it splits, and I didn't realize it for about 20 miles. Until I looked up to see something and checked the truck stop list, and it showed that I was out of position on my routing. So I kind of looked at it, I had to turn around and go back. So about 45 miles out of route altogether on that one. Live and learn. I don't know what I was doing. I missed the exit, but I wasn't on the phone or nothing like that. I was just kind of tooling along. I think that used to be where you used to go straight through on 60 and 67 used to branch off, but there's a brand new interchange there. At least looked brand new when I came back through. That where you actually got off and then took an exit to get on 60, to stay on 60 as opposed to going straight through. Oh well, no real harm done, other than I didn't get as far as I wanted to. I wanted to get to Collins, Missouri, to the pilot there, but I got as far as the Springfield pilot, Flying J, and which is lucky because just as I was coming off the exit ramp, my fuel light came on. And I pulled in with the intention of buying fuel and parking the truck, but just as I pulled in, there was an open spot right in front of the exit. So I said, the heck with the fuel, pulled around parts and backed in the spot and went right to bed. And it was 11:30 when I did that. And I went right to bed after uploading the video, and that was it. I went straight to sleep. I guess I was really tired. I got up. I woke up at 8:30, half hour before my alarm. Started tooling around and got ready for the day. And then when my 10 was up, I pulled forward, bought fuel, and then took off. And I got here about 10 minutes to 1, which was 30 minutes later than my original ETA, but my fleet manager, I guess, anticipating the fact that I was going to miss that ETA and put in a much later one, like 1:15 in the afternoon. Well, I beat that, so no big deal. As long as I was here before 2, because that's when they stopped receiving. And I'm the third of 3 trucks. First to leave, last to arrive. Mostly because the guy that just unloaded in front of me as I was pulling in, he loaded right after me, but he had more hours available, so he got a lot closer. He got to the parking lot last night, or just down the street. So when his 10 was up, he just had to come up the street a little bit. The third guy, I guess he had a full clock because he was here this morning when they opened, and it was gone. So there you go. I'm in Kansas City roughly, and this place always is bad as far as getting freight out. So I'm not sure what they have all planned for me. I haven't got a pre-plan. And last time I was up here, I sat here for 4 hours, and then they empty loaded me to Fort Smith. But unless they give me something in the next hour and a half, or decide to send me to Fort Smith right off the bat, I won't be going anywhere because, well, I could partially go someplace, but it's getting to the point where anything I know we load at, except for the pipe place behind us, it will take me 4 or 5 hours to get there. I'm 5.5 hours or so from Fort Smith, because I've made this run before. The last time I delivered in KC, I delivered downtown in Atlas, and I sat there, like I said, for a couple of hours, and then they sent me to Fort Smith. And when I got to Fort Smith, I was out of hours. So I don't know what they got planned. I got a cryptic message yesterday about my truck swapping. It's supposed to happen before the end of the week. So I guess they're going to have to get me to Little Rock to do that, because I'm not going to go to Little Rock, drop this truck off, and go someplace else to get a truck, you know, and then come back with all my stuff. It just wouldn't, nah. So, oh well. They are unloading me, and they are almost done. Thankfully, it's taking them a while just to get started. And once they're done here, I'll pull out and park in their drop lot and wait. If I get something, or when I find out something, I'll let y'all know. Good afternoon, YouTube. How are you this afternoon? I'm not too bad, I guess. Yes, I'm all right. It is about 5:15 Central Time, so I guess it's almost evening. And I'm in Platt, Missouri, at the Quick Trip truck stop. Platt is just north of Kansas City, across the state line, and it's roughly at the junction of I-435 and I-29. I believe it's exit 18 on I-29, exit 31 on I-45. I sat there at O'Neill in New Century, Kansas, till, well, for about 2.5, almost 3 hours. Almost 4 o'clock. I finally got a load dispatch. I'm going to be picking up in Horton, Kansas at Sweet Pea Feed. Picking up bagged cattle feed. So stuff is really difficult to secure on a flatbed. And I'm taking that to Elgin, Oklahoma, which is down by Oklahoma City off I-44, and delivering it to one of their, I guess to a facility of some kind. And the only bad thing about it, I mean, it's a 600-mile run. The only bad thing is that I don't pick it up till tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. And I got conflicting information from the work dispatch and the directions dispatch about whether or not the place has an overnight parking, so I had to find a truck stop as close as I could get. And if anybody who's driving or has driven knows, in case you don't know, Kansas is woefully short of truck stops of any decency. There is maybe a handful, if that many, of Pilots, Flying J's, Loves, or anything else, and most of those are on I-70, with like 1 or 2 on I-35 down by Emporia. There's just not a lot of major chain truck stops. There's a lot of little mom and pops and stuff like that, but they generally don't have any parking, or they have very small parking, and it's really tough to get a place to park. There's a truck stop that's actually closer to Horton, but from what I can see, they only have 2 parking spaces, and I think they're closed. I tried to call the shipper to find out if I could park on their property, but apparently they close at 4 o'clock, and I got the dispatch at 4 o'clock, so when I tried to call them, they were already closed. So I'm about an hour away, and I'll leave here. They're supposed to pick up by 8 o'clock, so I will leave here at 6:30 and get there at 7:30 or so, load, and then start heading off. And it's due on Thursday, anytime during the day. However, unfortunately, I have to call and let the guy know that I'm coming, at what time I plan on being there. And I have to be pretty accurate, supposedly, because if I'm not, he won't unload me, or he won't even be there. So I probably will, hopefully can do is get over there in the morning, load it, get going, and be there get as close as I can, because he doesn't allow parking at the place wherever this place is, and be able to get up and be there at 6 o'clock so I can unload, get rid of the stuff, and then get something else. I'm still kind of scheduled to go get a new truck this week. Not sure if, when, who, what, where, how that's actually going to happen, even if it actually does. I don't know. I haven't heard back from my FM on that. It's really contingent on whether there are any trucks available. And last time I was on the yard, there was not very many. But I understand that they need this truck for a new trainer who is coming on. So I don't want to keep it any longer than I have to. The downside is that it will probably take me half a day to get out of here and move into a new truck, because now once I get all the stuff, I have to clean it. I don't have to detail it. They'll do that, but I at least need to make it clean. So, and I got a lot of stuff in here, as y'all know. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to sit here tonight and head mosey on over there in the morning. Not really sure what I'm going to do, because there's plenty of food and junk around here. And I see a Chinese restaurant across the street. I might mosey over there and get me something to eat instead of cooking in the truck. I don't feel like cooking. Kind of a convoluted kind of thing, kind of a convoluted message. So, oh well. Well, I guess that's it for today. We'll talk tomorrow sometime while I'm loading or afterwards. Until then, keep the shiny side up to 73s and be safe.